Hello everyone, this is Shelley and today's video is all about sunscreen. Like we all know, double cleansing is the most important part of your nighttime skincare routine, and similarly using a sunscreen is the most important part of your daytime skincare routine. And in this video I will be covering all of these topics, like difference between physical and chemical sunscreen and how you should be picking the right sunscreen for your skin type, review on 3 amazing sunscreen that I'm using currently, and then I will answer some frequently asked questions, and towards the end I will be sharing 2 summer bonus. So using a sunscreen is extremely important because it prevents sunburn, it prevents skin tanning, and also it prevents the darkening of acne scar. And also if you don't want to get the brown sunspot and the melasma, sunscreen is the only thing which will prevent from happening this on your skin. If you are planning to start with the anti-aging skincare routine, sunscreen should be the #1 product which you should be using rigorously, because continuous sun exposure causes the damage of collagen in our skin, which thereby leads to the sagging skin and wrinkly skin. And also if you are planning to use active ingredients in full-fledged, make sure you're using the sunscreen during the daytime. Otherwise you will see that your skin is only getting darker, your skin is getting only more damage. And finally, sunscreen is the #1 thing which can prevent the skin cancer. Like I have already said multiple times, sunscreen is to be used in your morning skincare routine. So the order of products should be, you should cleanse your face, use your toner, serum, eye cream, face cream, and then you should be using your sun cream. And if you are planning to use your foundation, your sunscreen will come first, then you follow up with the primer, and then comes your foundation or BB cream. So in the market you will find 3 kinds of sunscreen: physical, chemical and hybrid. A physical sunscreen protects our skin by reflecting the UV rays, whereas chemical sunscreen protects our skin by absorbing the UV rays after it has reduced its intensity. So this entire process generates heat in the skin, which therefore can irritate or cause redness in the sensitive or rosacea skin. Physical sunscreen often use zinc oxide or titanium oxide, or both has its key UV filters, whereas chemical sunscreen often use one of these or mostly these key UV filters. The physical sunscreen often leaves a terrible white cast, especially on tan, dry skin, and chemical sunscreen on the other hand are lightweight and have no white cast issue. Physical sunscreen is considered safe for usage and are often recommended for people who often deal with the issue of sensitivity, rosacea or acne. And if you have issue of excessive dryness, or if you experience a white cast from the physical sunscreen, then chemical sunscreen are for you. And if your lifestyle includes lot of sun exposure, then physical sunscreen are for you. And if you stay indoor most of the time, then chemical sunscreen are the right fit for you. And if you are using a physical sunscreen, make sure that you wait at least 5-10 minutes before you step out into the sun. And when you are using a chemical sunscreen, you need to wait at least 15 to sometime 30 minutes before you step out into the sun. So the sunscreen protects our skin from 2 kinds of UV ray. One is UVA and the second one is UVB ray. The UVB ray causes damage at the upper level of our skin and result in redness, sunburn and even skin cancer. When you're picking your sunscreen, make sure your sunscreen at least have SPF 30, since SPF 30 blocks 97% of UVB ray. UVA ray penetrate at the deeper level of your skin and are the primary cause behind photoaging. So the second thing which you want to make sure in your sunscreen is that your sunscreen at least have a protection grade of PA++. The third thing which you should be checking is the consistency or the texture of the sunscreen. Like if you have oily skin, go for the sunscreen that has essence like or lotion like or gel cream like texture. Like it should be a water-based sunscreen, and if you have dry skin, go for the sunscreen which is more towards the lotion cream like consistency. So you see, sunscreen are a very personal thing, and when it comes to me, I prefer chemical sunscreen that has a lotion cream like consistency, doesn't leave a white cast, and doesn't irritate my dry, sensitive and acne prone skin. Now I will be reviewing 3 sunscreen, and all these 3 sunscreen are cruelty free, vegan friendly, paraben free, alcohol free, PEG free, oxybenzone free and OMC free. Like, these 3 sunscreen are the best thing, and as I review them, I will be sharing which particular sunscreen is suitable for which skin type. The first sunscreen is the Purito Comfy Water Sunblock with SPF 50+ PA4+, and this is a 100% physical sunscreen, and it doesn't have any fragrance, doesn't have any essential oil, and has oil-free formulation. And as for the white cast, it really doesn't have a white cast, and I see just a subtle, like a very tiny amount of white cast whenever I apply it 3rd or 4th time, and I see the white cast around my hairline or eyebrow or on my extremely dry patches. And this is why I feel that this will be a perfect sunscreen for the oily skin people, and oily skin people can use it for all season. And whereas if you have like normal combination skin, you can use this during the summer and monsoon time, and if you have dry skin like me, you should be avoiding this during winter because it does have a matte and drying finish. And the other tip which I will give, especially for the dry skin people, make sure that you moisturize first and then only use this, otherwise this can feel very drying on skin. Also, if you have issue of sensitivity, rosacea or acne, this sunscreen will be perfect for you. And the second sunscreen is the Purito Centella Green Level Unscented Sun with SPF 50+ and PA4+, and this is the chemical sunscreen from the Purito, and so this doesn't leave any kind of white cast, doesn't matter how much you apply it, how often you apply it. And the other good thing is this is 100% fragrance free and essential oil free, and as for the finish, it has lightweight moist finish. And if I compare the texture to that of Cosrx and Neogen one, which I have reviewed in this old video, this has a lighter finish than the Cosrx and the Neogen one, but is little more moisturizing than the Klairs UV essence. So I find it perfect for my skin for all season. And also this is packed with the goodness of Centella asiatica and its bioactive derivatives, so it also has that calming effect. And this is why I feel that everyone out there can use this, except if you have extremely oily skin and you live in hot humid city, and also if you are somebody who is like in general sensitive to chemical sunscreen, you should be avoiding this. And when I compare this Centella version with the Comfy Water version, in my case the Centella version goes really well under the makeup, and the only problem which I face with the Comfy Water version, this is already very drying, and foundation also has that drying effect on my skin, so the combination of two doesn't really go well in my case. And the third sunscreen is the Klairs Soft Airy UV Essence, and this is also a 100% chemical sunscreen, and so it doesn't leave any kind of white cast, and this has almost neutral, slightly plastic like fragrance, which really doesn't bother and goes away completely after the application. And as for the essential oil, it contains 2 essential oil, one is chamomile flower oil and the second one is orange oil. And other than that, it doesn't have any kind of essential oil or any other oil, and it has a non-sticky gel lotion like texture, and for the finish it provides matte moist finish. And by this I mean that if you have extremely oily skin and if you live in a hot humid city, you might sometimes find it a bit oily on your skin, and if you have ultra dry skin like me, during the winter time this can feel slightly drying on your skin. This is why I avoid this during the peak winter time, otherwise I'm happy with this for rest of the seasons. Beneath the makeup, this sunscreen goes really well, like it doesn't feel sticky, it doesn't feel patchy and it doesn't even peel. So this is perfect under the makeup. So if I have to pick just one sunscreen out of the 3 for my dry, sensitive, acne prone skin, it will be the Purito Centella Green Level Unscented Sun, because this sunscreen is perfect for my skin type for all seasons. And now I will be sharing few of the things which you need to keep in mind while using the sunscreen. The number one is you have to use the sunscreen outdoor as well as indoor. And the second thing is you need to reapply your sunscreen every 3 hours. And your reapplication process should continue till the sunset. And if you are like pregnant or if you are a feeding mother, physical sunscreen are best for you, but still it is important that you once discuss it with your doctor. And finally, make sure that you double cleanse at night, because usually physical sunscreen are not completely removed with just a cleanser. So make sure that you are using an oil cleanser first and then you follow up with the foaming cleanser. And if you want to know more about the double cleansing, check out this video. And now I will be answering some of the questions that you guys asked me in my Instagram story. And the first question is, are chemical sunscreens safe to use, as I heard they cause hormonal issue? Chemical sunscreen are absolutely safe to use. Just avoid the chemical sunscreen that contains oxybenzone and OMC. And also chemical sunscreen are to be avoided by pregnant women, feeding mother and people who are allergic to chemical sunscreen. And the second question is review on Reveal OMC free sunscreen. I guess this is the sunscreen you are referring to, and I have not used the sunscreen, but I did check out the ingredient list and this is what I think. The sunscreen is a 100% chemical sunscreen, so it will not have a white cast. And also I feel the texture and finish should be near to the Purito Centella sunscreen, so I feel everyone can use it except for the very oily skin people. So after seeing all the questions, I see that I have already covered everything in the previous part of the video except for the one, and it is how to reapply sunscreen throughout the day and over makeup. So first I will answer how to reapply sunscreen on without makeup face. So the first option will be using a sunstick like this, or you can also opt for the SPF cushion. Thirdly, you can also reapply it with your clean hand or with a clean makeup puff like this. So this is after the sunscreen reapplication, and I usually use my fingers or a puff like this to reapply the sunscreen on my no makeup face. But today I tried it out on my makeup face and the puff did pick up some base makeup. And I feel that if you are having a full face makeup, like focus. So if you are having a full face makeup, like you have used the blush, bronzer, contour, highlighter, everything, you will have to redo the entire thing. The full face makeup, sun protection spray are the best option, but the only issue with the sun protection spray is it fails to provide a complete sun protection because the application is not even. Now I will be sharing 2 summer bonus, and the first one is for the people with issue of sensitivity, redness, or people who get sunburned easily. And the sunburn which I am mentioning here is for mild to moderate case, and if your sunburn is severe one, please go and visit a dermatologist. Whenever I get this red, irritated or sunburned skin, I really like to use the Klairs Midnight Blue Calming Cream, and before using, what I do is I keep it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes, and then I apply a really thick layer on the affected part or even on entire face. And here is one thing which I want to mention, that Klairs blue cream is not suitable for the daytime, and it is because it peels really badly under the sunscreen and under the foundation. So I like to use it after the evening time to take care of the redness or sunburn. And the second summer bonus is for the people who have oily skin. Like if you are somebody who has done everything for your skincare but still get that greasiness or excessive sebum on your skin, especially during the summertime, so this is what you need to do. Take the Innisfree no sebum mineral powder and apply it all over face after your sunscreen or after your foundation. Or you can also just focus it on your parts like T-zone, which often gets oily very easily. This powder will help in reducing the greasiness or controlling the greasiness for a longer time. And I hope I have covered everything regarding the sunscreen, but still if you do have some more questions on sunscreen or skincare in general, make sure you leave them below. And other thing which I want to mention is all the 3 sunscreen which I have mentioned in this video are easily available on different websites. I will include few of my favorite website in the description box below and you can check them out. And that's all. I will see you next time. Bye.